Good morning, good afternoon, good night, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let us thank the Almighty God because of His blessing we were able to come here to join this presentation. So, before we start our presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Luthfi Althoriq as a moderator. So, today's topic is about hidden diversity behind zombie and fungus. Now, I will read one by one our agenda today. The first session is opening, the second session is interaction, the third session is presentation, the fourth session is opinion, question and answer, and the fifth session is closing. Okay, for the next agenda, I will Luthfi Althoriq as a moderator will leave to the MC. For the MC, floor is yours.
Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope everything's fine and we're still in a good health. So in today's schedule, we are going to talk something interesting. What is day?
Okay, without further ado, please welcome the speaker for today's presentation. For the speaker, you may start the presentation.
Definitive evidence of zombie ant behavior dating to around 48 middle years ago come from fossilized leaves that show the distinct marking on either side of leaf vein left by the lockjaw mandibles of infected ants. Not only is this association between ant and fungus evidently seen, it is also very common. About 1,000 species of fungal parasites of insects have been discovered so far. In this age-old struggle for survival, the ants have developed adaptation to protect themselves and their nest from fungal infection. By grooming themselves and socially cleaning each other, allo-grooming, they remove potentially harmful spores before they can penetrate the skin and take hold. Some ants spray poison in their nest to act as fungicide, and if that fails to stop an infestation, they partition their nest by sealing off contaminated chambers. The fungal pathogens have evolved to become either distinctly species or more generalist in their choice of insect host, with some ability to infect hundreds of different species. The astonishing variety of fungal pathogen and potential hosts and created some peculiar behavior in insects as they have co-evolved to cope with the tactic of fungi.
Fungal spores enter the insect's body via respiratory spiracles when they begin to consume the non-vital to Fungal spores enter the insect's body via respiratory spiracles when they begin to consume the vitals of tissue. When the fungus is ready to spore, its mycelia enter the ant's brain and alter the perception of pheromones. This causes the ant to climb up the stem of plant and use their jaws to protect themselves from the plant. Infected ants bite the leaf veins with abnormal movements and leaf scars. The fungus then kills the ant and continues to grow as mycelia and attacks the softer tissue, and the structure is ready to reproduce. A breathing body grows from the ant's head and bursts, releasing spores. The spores fall to the ground or are carried away by the rain so that they can be touched with each other. This process lasts 4 until 10 days.
How is the effect of infection fungus of your cordyceps? Number 1, the fungus keeps growing until it makes up nearly half of the insect's body mass, because the insect's body is used as a host to grow fungus. Number 2, Infected insects have strength. Number 3, insect be hovering, leaving the nest because it has been controlled the body of fungus. Number 4, the insect's internal body is lost after death because it has been used for fungal growth, while the skin stick and bit on the twig to stay afloat until the fungus develop.
Okay, next is how does the fungal growth cycle after the ants die? After the ants die, the fungal will grow. Then the fungus consumes the ant's internal organs and using its shells as a protective casing from the microbe and the other predator. After that, the fungus, main stem called a stroma, erupts from the back of the ant's head and grows. And the next step is mature fungus releases spores from its stroma. Then the spores fall to the ground and creating a 10 square feet killing zone which will attack new ants. Okay, that is all from us. Thanks for your attention. If anyone has questions, we will be happy to open up the discussion. Thank you.
So that's it for the presentation of zombie and fungi. And now we will open the Q&A session.
For the audience who has questions, you can turn on your microphone and ask your question to the speaker. For the speaker, please answer the question correctly.
Okay, I have a question. Why does the fungus cause ant to become zombie?
Okay, thank you for the question. I'm going to answer the question. So I think because the one body of the ant is deep and covered with a wide membrane of fungus, the fungus kills the ants outside the nest in order to produce and transmit the infection, then ensures the entire colony dies.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Anjani Putri Sari Dewi, and my question is, what do zombie ant fungi do to their host? Thank you.
Permission to answer the question. When the fungus infects a carpenter ant, it grows through the insect's body, draining it of nutrients and hijacking its mind. Over the course of a week, it compels the ant to leave the safety of its nest and ascend a nearby plant stem.
Okay, I have a question. Is it possible for an ant to infect other ants?
My name is Sevy Elok Adena. I was permission to answer for question from Rasendrya. Ants can infect while they are dead, and the fungus eats the ant's carcass, releasing spores into the air, which then fall to the ground and infect more ants.
Thanks for the time, friend. I want to ask about where the optimal location for the viewing area after the ant is infected. Thank you.
Okay, permission to answer the question. After the ants are infected, most infects are generated to the first floor where the smaller vegetation is and die on there. Thank you.
May I ask you another question? I'm just curious about what kind of food do zombie ants eat? Thank you.
Permission to answer the question. A new fungus known as Ophiocordyceps irritabilis has been turning ants into actual zombies, causing them to walk mindlessly. eat vegetation, and hang from the edges of leaves and twigs.
I have read that ants need to live temporarily for parasite to enter and infect other ants. Then why doesn't the parasite go straight in and infect other colonies?
Okay, thank you for that question. I'm allowed to answer that. So I think because of the microclimate, or which means the physical condition of the atmosphere layer close to the soil surface or around plants, such as temperature, humidity, air pressure, shade, and the dynamic of solar radiation energy that doesn't encourage the growth of these parasites.
I have next question. What the fungi do after infecting the ants?
When the ant is infected, the fungus forces it to find a location optimal for the fungus reproduction. When the area is identified, the ant fits into a vine of leaf and piece. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask again. My question is, how long does it take for ants to rank from beginning until die? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for that question. I'm allowed to answer that. So I think after being infected by the fungus, the ant only has a short time before their inevitable death. The entire process usually takes a couple weeks from the initial infection to the final release of spores at the end. First, the ant gets infected by the fungus. Over time, the fungus grows and slowly starts protruding out of the back of the ant's head.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the last agenda. We would like to say thanks again for presenters and all audience for active participation. Hopefully, the presentation will give some benefit for us all. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.